Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a Will I Buy It episode where I'm going to be talking through all of these new and upcoming makeup releases and letting you know my thoughts, what I plan to pick up, what I'm not interested in whatsoever, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's get started. So as usual, January is Januarying. I don't know if you've noticed, but every year it just slaps us about the place. New makeup releases are raining down on us willy-nilly and it is overwhelming. There's a lot to talk about, so maybe a snack or at least a beverage is in order. Let's kick off with this new fragrance from Initio. Narcotic Delight. If that doesn't stir you in your loins, I don't know that we can be friends. Immediately I see an Initio fragrance, I'm interested instantly. Then I read these notes: cherry, cognac, vanilla, black and pink pepper, tobacco. Sign me up. This sounds absolutely delightful and right up my street. I absolutely love Initio. Their fragrances have never disappointed me. I own, I think 3 or 4 at this point, have tried several others, never found one that I didn't really love. You can always count on them to have a really decent performance. They're not typically beast mode, they can be. Oud for greatness, whew, yes. But they never disappear on the skin. They always have great longevity and sillage is always like moderate, if not great, phenomenal. So you can pretty safely blind buy Initio fragrances, or I can if I can read the notes list and know it's going to be a fragrance I like. They just don't ever disappoint or get it wrong. And this notes list, instantly, I want it. I have read a few early reviews and watched a few early YouTube opinions, and literally every single one I've read has been like, this is it, it's that my #1 favorite Initio. A lot of people expecting this to be quite similar to Side Effect, which you guys know I absolutely adore, one of my all-time favorites, especially from Initio. Love that fragrance, super stunning, blue, exactly. Smooth, glorious, warm, cozy, creamy scent. This, I thought, like a lot of people, is going to be quite similar. Most people I've seen reviewing this fragrance who've already got a nose to it are saying it's not really similar, but it is better, even better. Hard to imagine. I've also read that the performance is bigger and better than Side Effect. So this is an immediate yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is going to be the very next fragrance that enters my home. I'll let you know how I get on. Next up, let's talk about these Estee Lauder lipsticks. These are the ExplicitSlick Shine lipstick, and it looks as though, from the look of things, we're going to be getting a lot of these lipsticks, these skinny, slim little bullets that contain a shiny lipstick within. Looks like the early trend of 2024 when it comes to lip colours. I like an Estee Lauder lipstick. I've had many that I really like. They have a lot of really nice formulas from the brand for their lipsticks. I really like this packaging, and there looks to be some really beautiful shades in here. I would definitely be picking up a couple of these once I've seen some nice natural daylight swatches so I can decide my shade. These look lovely. They look like they have a nice amount of pigmentation. You know how I feel about a shiny little lipstick, so sign me up for maybe 1 or 2 of these. Next, let's take a look at these Maracuja Juicy Eye and Cheek palettes from Tarte. Tarte is one of those brands that is completely gone off my radar. I really don't think about them anymore. I don't think about them. I don't look for them. I see a new release from them and I don't feel excited. They don't tickle my pickle. They don't stir my loins. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that's really turned me off the brand. I think it wasn't available in the UK for a long time, so I just sort of, you know, counted them out of my thought process when it comes to makeup because they weren't an option, and now it feels very difficult to count them back in for some reason. This to me looks like very 10 to 15 years ago. I'm not sure what's happening here. We've gone back in time. There's something alarmingly large about these palettes as well. I don't know if this is a me problem, but anything that's like bigger than a midi Natasha Denona palette and I'm instantly turned off. I'm instantly out. I don't want large things in my makeup drawers. I don't like large makeup palettes. I want them to be small, maximum medium sized. This is a whopper by my book, and it immediately makes me say no thank you. Also, the cheek, I don't know how this is going to work. The cheek products in here are creams, and they're just whacked right in there with the powder eyeshadows, and I can't see, I don't think there's any protective cover. That feels like a mistake, an error. If these had been powders, I might have been counted back in. Despite its ungainly size, I might have reconsidered, because they look like nice colour stories, nice eyeshadows, nice-ish cheek products. But tell me that those cream cheek products are not going to be completely caked in horrifying amounts of eyeshadow by the end of week 1, while you're trying to accommodate it somewhere in amongst your makeup storage where it won't fit because it's so insanely big. It's got to be a pass from me. If you couldn't tell where this was going, that's a pass. It's too big. It's going to be a massive mess, and it's not particularly exciting me in the first place, all of that aside. So that is an easy pass. I'm just going to say it how it is. Next up, let's talk about the 46 different concealers that came out in the last week. Roughly. It's actually 3, but you know how I love a good exaggeration. Really drives the point home, you know? But 3 concealers in 1 week from all major high-end brands. That is a lot, isn't it? I mean, how many under eyes do they think that we have? I've only got 2, I don't know about you. First up, let's look at the Fenty concealer. Initial reports are good. I don't plan to run out, by the way, just FYI. I don't plan to run out right now because I'm filming, I'm busy. That would be rude to just leave you here in the middle of a video. But I don't plan to race out and get any of these and get a quick review up. If you're waiting for like my review to come tomorrow, I'm so sorry, it isn't coming. It's my birthday next week and I'm going to be away and I've got a lot going on, okay? I don't just have one day birthdays, they're like a month-long event. So I'm not going to be reviewing a lot of stuff. I've got to be picky. I can't review everything. And when everyone's bringing out concealers, I definitely can't review all of those in one go. It's just like I said, I've only got the one pair of eyeballs. But I will probably get to all 3 of these concealers at some point whilst taking in reviews to really see which of these I want to prioritise above the others, by which time probably 27 more will have arrived. But back to the Fenty one, sorry for digressing. This appears to be a medium coverage natural finish. Typically, I'm not a big fan of a medium coverage concealer because I always find, I don't know if this is just me, usually things are, but concealers, they're like, you know when men tell you how big a fish they caught and it's actually like they say it's this, then it's probably, that's what I feel like concealers do a lot of the time. If they say it's full coverage, a lot of the time it's in fact medium, isn't it? Very few full coverage concealers are, in my opinion, actually full coverage. Full coverage to me means it's fully covered. Am I wrong? It's fully covered everything. And I don't have like really intense under eye discoloration or darkness. And yet a lot of these full coverage concealers don't fully cover my situation. So I don't know whose they are fully covering, but you've lied to us. You've done the fish thing. You've said it's here and it's here. That's what's happening a lot of the time. Anyone else notice? So if you're telling me it's a medium coverage, either you're actually being honest, which I wouldn't be surprised, I feel like Fenty tell us how it is a lot of the time. So maybe they're saying it's medium and it's actually medium, or maybe they're saying it's medium and it's like not great. It remains to be seen. But I typically favour a full coverage concealer because I just want my under eyes to be invisible. Make them gone, make them yesterday's news, okay? So I'm not 100% excited for a medium coverage concealer, but I've heard good things. I'm hearing it's really light and hydrating and it's very flattering under the eyes. And the 50 shades, I mean, you know, that tickles my pickle. I get it. I like it. I love to see it. So yeah, I will try it at some point. It didn't massively excite me, probably because of the medium coverage, but Fenty products are pretty much always really solid. So I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Hold your horses. Next, let's move on to the Laura Mercier. I will say out of the three, the Laura Mercier, the Fenty and the Guerlain, this is probably the one that I'm least excited for. Laura Mercier has slightly gone off my radar a little bit. It feels like their releases are really sort of few and far between, and they're not really giving us the products that we really want, like their blushes, new blush shades. We love their blushes. Give us new blush shades. Although I know that their foundation, their latest foundation went super viral recently, but I personally wasn't obsessed with it. I like it, I don't love it. So the concealer to match that foundation, instantly I'm thinking it's not going to be for me because the foundation wasn't. It's okay. I don't understand how everybody or a lot of people are like, it's the greatest foundation of all time. To me, it was just okay. It wasn't typically my type of foundation, a little too matte, a little too heavy. I didn't find it super flattering on my problem areas, my texture. You know, when a concealer comes out to match a foundation you know you didn't love, you know, so this is a wait for review for me. It's the bottom of the pile when it comes to my priorities to try / review. So I don't know if I'll get to it. I'm not especially excited about it. It claims to be crease proof, fade proof, sweat heat, everything proof. It's end of the world Armageddon proof, apparently, according to the brand. It also claims to improve skin over time by hydrating and smoothing to reduce fine lines in 2 weeks. I don't believe you. So yeah, that one's a wait for review. If everybody's kicking off about it, maybe it will pique my interest, but at the moment, it's a probably not. Unless I get really bored. And finally, we come to the Guerlain Terracotta Latent Concealer. This one, I don't know if it's the packaging. The packaging of this one is doing it more for me than any of the others. I love this packaging. The foundation to match this concealer, I really liked. I'm not going to say love because it is a traditional, more matte foundation. So for me, wearing it every day, it was a no thank you. Too matte, just not my style. But I really appreciated it and did think it was amazing. And if you like a matte foundation more than me, beautiful, flattering, perfecting, natural finish, gorgeous wear, really nice coverage, lot going for it. Just personally, it's about me. It's me. Not you, you know, that's our relationship or my relationship with that foundation. So the concealer, I'm still kind of interested because although the foundation wasn't my cup of tea especially, that is kind of ironically what I go for with the concealer. I don't want my concealer to be glowy and luminous. I'm going to set it anyway. What a waste, you know, what a waste of glow. I actually favour a full coverage, more natural matte finish of a concealer. Aren't I a pain? So this one claims to have the perfection of a liquid, the lightness of a powder, comfortable, soft, innovative, long-lasting 24-hour hydration, 24-hour optimal wear, no transfer technology. I don't know how a concealer is going to transfer. What's going on under there that we need that? I don't know. You tell me. What are you up to? So it claims to have a natural glow, freshness, buildable coverage. Not really sure as usual what they mean by that. Buildable from what to what? Be specific, okay? We need to know. Just tell us, what do you mean by buildable? That could mean anything or nothing. So I'm intrigued, I'm interested by this one. This will probably be the first one of the three that I pick up because I like the packaging and that's how fickle I am. So that will be a yes, that will be the next concealer probably that I try unless one comes out in the meantime that just gazumps everybody. But that's my order. Guerlain, yes, I'm going to pick it up very soon. Okay, once I've finished partying the night away. Second, Fenty, I'll get to it at some point, most likely. Laura Mercier, I'm not sure, you'd be lucky. You'd be lucky. You have to catch me bored with nothing else better to do. Next, let's move on to this Chantecaille Sea Turtle collection. If you didn't watch my You Don't Need That video, or you watched it, but you didn't listen, you weren't paying attention, you fell asleep, I don't know, then for the record, this entire collection is an easy pass for me. It's underwhelming. The thing that's drawing me in and luring me and making me excited about this collection is solely the sea turtles, all right? And I prefer real ones rather than one slapped on an eyeshadow palette. It's pretty. I think the packaging is very pretty and that's making it, if I use my goggles that we like to apply during our You Don't Need That videos, if I'm using my goggles and I'm just looking at the eyeshadows and I'm not seeing the sea turtles and the shiny, beautiful ombre effect lid. I'm just seeing nothing that's inspiring me. I'm seeing very wishy-washy, very blah, very expensive. No thanks, can't do it, not that excited about it. That's what I'm seeing if I block out the sea turtles. I love a good sea turtle. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I love a good sea turtle. But I don't need one on a mediocre eyeshadow palette slash colour story for like £60 that I'm really never going to use. And I won't even see the sea turtles very often because they'll be in a drawer. So, you know, free the sea turtles, go swim with them. You know, if you see one tangled in a fishing net, I beg you to set it free. But do you need one on an eyeshadow palette that I don't think we're going to get that much use out of? I don't know. I don't think I do. So that whole collection is just a pass. Nothing in there is inspiring me. Nothing is exciting me or grabbing me. It's 2024. You've got to do better than tricking me with a sea turtle. It's a pass. Next up, we've got some Lunar New Year. Cheeky little sneaky link into our eyeballs directly. These look like very early little images from Trend Mood because the quality of these images was like quite horrifying and I felt like I needed laser eye surgery just from looking at them. I swiped to the next post and realised it was not my eyeballs. Thank goodness. It was just the photo. So I don't know where these have come from, and this seems to be sort of early. I haven't seen the brands talking about these releases. First up, we have ABH, who have a Lunar New Year highlighter coming. It's the Year of the Dragon. Exciting. Definitely lends itself to some glorious embossing and beautiful packaging, doesn't it? The Year of the Dragon. Beautiful. Much better than like the Year of the Rat, I feel, or the pig. I'd much rather a dragon. I don't know about you, that's just personal preference, moving swiftly on. This highlighter looks glorious. I skipped the previous one, I don't know why. I think I planned to pick it up and I don't know what happened. I just blacked out and I didn't. I don't know why. And then the reviews have just not been that exciting that I've decided I'm wrong and I'm missing out. I've just let it fall by the wayside for some reason. This one does look very beautiful. Gorgeous embossing, nice packaging. I like the look of that swatch. I like the look of the model photo and how it looks quite glassy and glossy. It does look quite light, and ABH do love to make a really icy, very light highlighter. We've seen it before. There's the one that was like green. I don't know what happened there, but a lot of their highlighters are quite light, and that just makes it look a little on top of the skin, a little off, a little grey on me. So I'm kind of on the fence. I probably won't pick this up as much as I'm looking at it and thinking, yes, it's glorious. Highlighters these days have got a lot of competition in my drawers. Instant regret. But I have so many glorious highlighters. The Chanel Rev de Camellia and the new Chanel like coral other one that I picked up also with the camellia on the top. You know, I've got a couple of Pat McGrath highlighters I absolutely love. I love the RMS highlighter. I've got glorious highlighters I really love. In order for me to pick up a new one that I'm excited for, I don't know what you'd have to do at this point. You'd have to come to my house and apply it for me, I suppose. I don't know, but there's just something about this that's making me think it's going to be another one that I sort of think, I really like the look of it. It looks beautiful. Maybe I'll pick it up, and then I just don't. That's where I think this is going. I think this is going to be one where I might think about it, but ultimately something more exciting will come along or will be available, and it will just be, it's not quite made it into purchase town. That's where I think this is going. This Benefit blush, oh, this looks delightful. Again, this is apparently another Lunar New Year release from Benefit, and this is apparently available in some retailers in certain countries already. I haven't seen it here yet, but this is called the Dandelion Gold highlighter. So they have a dandelion, this is Dandelion Gold. It's got their mermaid, or what are those? Ah, they're dragon scales, aren't they? Ding, 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 light bulb went off just in the nick of time. This looks beautiful. I love that shift. I love the colours in here. This looks like it would be really glowy unless that's an overspray, is it? I can't tell. That looks gorgeous. I think that is an overspray, and the model photo is alarming me because I can't see it Where is it? This looks like a very fair-skinned model, and where is it? I don't see it. So I fear, like I saw the images of this and I was like, yes, where is it? I want it. I looked for it on the internet with the intention of buying it and I can't find it. And now I see this picture and I think it's not gonna show up on me, is it? Which is a problem for me with a lot of Benefit blushes. A lot of them are quite light for my skin tone. So yeah, if I see swatches of this that in any way convince me that I will be able to see this on my cheek, it's coming home with me. It's right up my street. It's got that gorgeous peachy glowiness. Yes, I love the look of this, but my suspicions are aroused. So I want to see a swatch, please. And then I'll decide. I'll make my final decision. So ABH, let's be honest, it's a no. Benefit, it's a maybe. I want to swatch before I confirm. Next up, we have quite a few. I feel like I've seen about a dozen different sneak peeks of upcoming Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. Apparently, we are getting a reformulation of the creme texture or the creme shadows from Tom Ford, which feels dangerous because that is like one of their most popular formulas, one that does very, very well. They're reformulating it, alarming for everybody who loves them. I, as you guys know, am not a huge Tom Ford eyeshadow fan. I've been disappointed by their shadows a few times. A lot of the time I just feel like they're a bit underwhelming. I feel underwhelmed by them. Like they're okay, they're fine. I never have any issues, but I've never been wowed by one. You know, I very rarely get a wow from a Tom Ford eyeshadow look. So I'm always a little bit on the fence. These colour stories, I don't know. So we have Iconic Smoke and Ember Bronze. I think Ember Bronze is just a no. It's just not really a colour story that speaks to me or excites me. It just looks a little bit blah and neither here nor there. I'm not sure how often or when I would wear it. I don't think it's for me. The Iconic Smoke, I've seen about 58 different pictures of this palette and it looks different in every single one. The swatches are intriguing. I'm not really sure what that sort of peachy shade is doing in there. That's throwing me off. I'm not sure what's happening. The finishes look nice. It's an interesting colour story. I still just think at the end of the day, it's going to be a no. It's just one that is okay for me, for my preference and the type of makeup I like to do. I'm looking at this and thinking it's going to be okay. I'm going to use it a couple of times. It'll go in a drawer. I'll never see her again. What a waste of money, you know? So I think realistically, again, being strict with myself and my feelings and my emotions, I think I'll end up passing on them both. I just don't think, I think if that was from a brand, if that was a Natasha Denona quad, I'd be all over it, is what I'm saying. I think the fact that I'm a bit lackluster when it comes to Tom Ford shadows is making me think about, I'm on the fence with the colour story. It's not a brand I love and therefore let it go, you know? What would else I do? Next, let's talk about these Idole Tint Liquid eyeshadow and liners from Lancome. I'm intrigued by these. They have some colours that are matte and some are shimmers. I instantly saw this sort of peachy orange shimmer and wanted it on my eyelids. This looks beautiful to me. I would definitely pick up that specific shade. This collection, by the way, was created by Lisa Eldridge, so count me in, sign me up. I love her liquid shadows. So this to me is just like more shades of Lisa Eldridge liquid shadow. Yes, please. They look beautiful. I love that packaging. I love how they've made the doe foot so that you can use it either as a liner or as all over the lid very easily. I find Lisa's liquid shadows so easy to work with. That like orange shade in particular is speaking to me. It's giving me Smuggler's Spice Pat McGrath vibes, and I'm always chasing a shadow that looks like that because that one's been discontinued. So maybe this could be similar. They look beautiful. I'm excited. I will definitely pick that shade specifically up. I'm not sure about the others. Maybe if there's some swatches that excite me particularly, but that shade, I want it. Next up, another ABH release, and here we have their Liquid Lip Velvet lipsticks. I feel like I said too many words. These are a full coverage, opaque colour and hours of wear, mousse-like texture, long wearing lipsticks. I feel like these are a little bit late to the game. I think a lot of brands came out with these products like the last 2 or 3 years now. We've had a lot of these lipsticks. Patrick Tar's had them, NARS have had them, MAC have had them. There's been a lot of similar brands to ABH who came out with these already, and I just feel like they're nice. I like them. I prefer them probably to a dry down liquid lipstick. They're less drying, but they have the same amount of impact and opacity and precise application. Like you can almost do a liner and lipstick in one with them, but they don't suck the soul out of your lips. So I do like this type of Mercier formula. They also are typically more long wearing than your average bullet lipstick, but I just feel like I've done this. I did this already a couple of years ago. I've got a lot of these already. I don't need any more. There's no specifically inspiring colours here. I'm not particularly excited. I feel like this is a little too late to that specific game. I don't know if you heard, but this year we're doing skinny, shiny bullet lipsticks again. That's what we're doing in 2024. These are more like 2020, 2021. And I've moved on. So I think this is an easy path. You know, lipsticks of all things in my life, I have not even enough of. I have like enough for 28 people. And therefore, in order to like make me want to go out and buy you, it's got to be wow factor. It's got to be right up my street. It's got to be something that I'm thinking that's not like every other lipstick I have in my drawer. And I don't even know how we do that anymore, but I don't think we do it like this, is what I'm saying. Next up, let's have a look at something coming soon from Dior. I am excited about this. I don't get that excited about Dior eyeshadows. Blushes, I do, but I've got a lot of them, so it has to be a shade that's quite different, and I think at this point, I don't know if that can be done. But this, I can get excited about. So Dior are going to be releasing their Dior Forever Glow Maximizer highlighters. So these are liquid highlighters. My friend Tavia at Chic Profile Official, she has several of these and she has swatches and everything on her Instagram if you want to see these swatched. They look stunning, so beautiful. They can be a blush or a highlighter depending on your skin tone and the shade that you choose. I am all over the peachy shade here. I love a peachy highlighter, and if it's also a blush, even better. Really glowy, glass skin, slightly peachy. Yes, I mean, say more words that I love, okay, in one sentence. I don't know if you can. These look beautiful. I've seen these in action. They look stunning on Tavia. She's got some stunning swatches. I would definitely at least try one of these, and I've got my eye on that peachy shade. That's the one that stands out to me. I mean, it usually is the peachy one. Let's be honest. They are also going to be bringing out the Forever Glow Star Filter, which makes me just pine for their Dior Star Foundation. Do you remember the Dior Star Foundation? Best foundation they ever did. Got discontinued. Why do they keep doing that? Why do these brands keep doing that? I love that. Was it called Dior Skin Star? Something like that. They discontinued it. Like probably around the time I started my channel, a good 5 or 6 years ago, I think, that we saw the last of that foundation. When I saw the word star on a foundation looking bottle, my heart started palpitating, okay? And I got excited and then instantly disappointed when I realized it was not the relaunch of that foundation, but instead it's a filter illuminating fluid. Sounds a bit like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter or the Chanel Skin Enhancers, that type of multitasking product. That's what it sounds like to me. It says it's both a complexion makeup product and a treatment. Is it though? Fresh light texture that offers 24 hours of hydration, revealing the natural radiance of bare skin. Applied before or mixed with foundation, used as a highlighter, so very much sounds along the lines of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I definitely want to try this as well. It looks like it's got a nice number of shades for that type of product as well. So yeah, this looks right up my street. I definitely want to try this. This looks like it could be kind of easier to mix in with foundation than the Hollywood Flawless Filter, just because it has that doe foot. This you could, you know, pump out, mix together, probably be a little easier. I like Dior's highlighters. They're typically my type of highlighter, glossy, glowy, smooth, not too glittery. So yeah, both of these products are a tick. I'm excited for both of them. Next up, we have another little skinny bullet lipstick with a satin finish, this time from Tom Ford. We heard about this from WZ Beauty over on Instagram. Again, they had the early scoop on this, and I've seen some swatches floating around as well, and these look very nice. I love Tom Ford packaging. They always get it right. Again, they have really nice lip formulas, so I kind of trust them when it comes to lipsticks. These are exciting. I know you're thinking, Charlotte, you just said you don't need any more lipsticks unless they're different, but these are looking quite appealing to me. Okay, so I undoubtedly will get at least one of these. They just look beautiful. I love that packaging. I love a Tom Ford lipstick. I love the look of all of these. I don't think there's a dud in this image. I don't see a colour here I wouldn't whack instantly on my lips and be happy going about my day. So I won't lie to you, I'm far more excited about those than I am about the ABH ones. Next up, many of you have been asking me about my thoughts on these Smashbox palettes. These are cheek palettes. They have a bronzer, 2 blushes and a highlighter, and there are, I think, 4 varieties for different skin tones. A lot of you have been very excited about these. I don't feel that excited about them, and I don't really know why. These are a product or a type of product that I usually really love. And again, if this was like Charlotte Tilbury, if this was Pat McGrath, if this was Natasha Denona, if this was Laura Mercier, if this was, I don't know, many people, I'd be excited. But again, Smashbox is a brand I think I've literally tried 1 or 2 things over the years from. Literally, I barely have ever used anything from Smashbox. I'm not really familiar with the brand at all, so therefore I just don't really feel excited about it. The packaging and everything, this doesn't look super appealing to me, although I like the premise of it. I noticed they have the Becca highlighters in these palettes as well, so they have Chocolate Geode, they have Champagne Pop in one of them, they have Prosecco Pop, and then Rose Quartz. Again, we know that's a beautiful highlighter formula, but for me that's quite an intense highlighter formula, so that's already one product I don't think I'll love in there. I don't know. If you guys want a review of these, let me know, because I've had a lot of questions about them, and I personally, there's something about it not grabbing me, but if you guys are super interested, then maybe I should give it a try and then decide. Give them one more chance, you know, it's only fair. And finally, let's talk about this Pat McGrath collection, this Heart's Desire collection from Pat McGrath. I had to cackle, I had to giggle, I had to chuckle to myself when the reveal of this collection came. I was literally crying tears of laughter down my face. I cannot believe this continues to go on. It's got to be a joke at this point. It has to be. It has to be a joke. You know, we all know once Pat McGrath starts posting these mysterious videos and images with a certain colour theme in, hashtag inspiration, we all know what's coming. We all know what's coming. There's going to be a new launch, and usually you can kind of work out from the pictures and the images and the videos that she posts what we should expect. So when she's launching highlighters, we usually get a lot of sparkly, glittery firework, you know, twinkly lights. That's, you know, the hint. Oh, we're getting highlighters. When she was going to release her bronzers, everything was bronze goddess, bronze desert, warm summer. We were getting a lot of hints that we were getting bronzers. Whenever eyeshadow palettes are launching, we get usually lots of pink and purple images and videos that are inspiring the colour story of the eyeshadow palette. So of course, when Pat started hashtag inspiration, all of these blue videos and images on her Instagram, everybody was losing their marbles. Oh my goodness, she's listened to us, she's giving us a blue palette. Everyone was beside themselves. Finally, no more pink, we're getting a blue colour story palette, only for the reveal to come and not a single hint of blue was to be seen. I literally couldn't believe it. Even I fell for it. Even I thought, oh, blue eyeshadow is coming. No, psych, it was a joke. Just kidding. She was just kidding. JK. I don't know what was going on. I've seen people justifying it, saying, oh, you know, the hints and the hashtag inspiration was like red and blue, and so that makes purple. She's never done that before. Previously, the colours that we see in those hashtag inspiration posts are what we get in the palette. It's not usually a mixture. I feel like she's trolling us at this point. There's not a chance she didn't know everyone was going to think it was going to be a blue palette based on the hints she was dropping. I feel like that was intentional. I don't know what's happening. So of course, everyone was furious, absolutely outraged that this was not in fact a blue colour story, but it was in fact repeat shades taken from the holiday collection that was literally like 2 months ago and put in a quad. I saw actually Pat McGrath's Instagram account replying to someone who said, I really thought we were going to get something like different, or they basically had commented saying, I can't, like, you know, can't believe this isn't a blue palette. And Pat McGrath's social media team, whoever runs the account, replied to this person saying, oh, you know, everybody loved these shades so much, we just had to do it. And I thought, did they? I'm okay. Sure. So for me, that eyeshadow palette is the easiest pass I think I've had for about 3 years now. I don't like those colours. That's not a colour story I'm going to wear. And if I was, I have those shades, as we all do, in 48 different varieties, holiday palettes, quads from previous Pat McGrath collections. You literally already have them if you bought her larger palette from holiday. So that's an easy pass. The lipsticks do look beautiful, and I do really love her matte trance formula. You can't rely on these lip swatch pictures from Pat McGrath. They are always completely wildly off. So I will most likely pick up both of those lipsticks. One to help you guys with shades. I really like that formula. Both of those shades look very nice to me. The highlighter is a new shade in an existing formula, and I really like this formula. It does look really beautiful. I'm definitely more drawn to this one than I am the ABH one. So I think I'll get the highlighter in both lipsticks. I'm kind of like, it's one of those where I feel like at launch time, I'll either go, yeah, and I'm checking out, or something will just be holding me back from pressing that button. Has that happened to you before? You fully intend to buy something and then you go to press checkout and you just don't. And something is just not allowing you to push the button. We're going to go in one of those two directions and I don't know what it is. I will say, I think if I don't purchase this at launch, I will probably purchase it when it comes, if it comes, to Selfridges, because I think a lot of what's holding me back at this point is my previous experiences with that website. So yeah, I don't love and get excited about ordering from the Pat McGrath website anymore. I've been burned too many times. So if it comes here, I will absolutely grab the lipsticks and the highlighter. The quad has, like, nothing has ever interested me less, honestly. And so, my goodness, the longest will I buy it I think I've ever done. Classic January, doing what it does best. Please let me know, what are your thoughts on these products, on these collections? What are you excited for? Are you excited for all of it? None of it? Some of it? Let me know in the comments section down below. What did you think of this latest Pat McGrath release, Saga? Were you surprised? Were you not surprised? Were you expecting blue? Were you fuming? Please let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.